States Wrestling. We're running out of time for this week as well. Frank Parker's got a chain. Frank Parker was just thrown a chain by Steve-O. Look out, Cooley. Oh, Cooley blocked it. Caught him with a kick right there. Cooley's got the chain. Is he going to use it? Bam! He sure did right there. This is all over, but the referee needs to turn around, make the count. There's 1, 2, 3, and there you have it. Bo James and Denny Cooley are your winners of the contest, fan. But Steve-O must get in the ring for 5 minutes with whoever Denny Cooley and Bo James choose. And I'll tell you what, this is going to be interesting.
Anybody? Lightning Kid and the Boogie Woogie Man. Give me value. Huh?
Wrestling fans, we are off and rolling here, Southern States Wrestling. My name is Joe Wheeler, and as promised last week, we've got the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, in the ring, getting set to take on Steve-O in this special matchup. It's a 5-minute challenge, basically. Steve-O's got to survive in there for 5 minutes if he can last with the legendary Hall of Famer, the Boogie Woogie Man, handsome Jimmy Valiant. And I'll tell you what a special treat it is to have Jimmy Valiant here, a true living legend, right here on Southern States Wrestling, right here on the television show for you to enjoy. And I'll tell you what, it's a treat. Always a great time when the Boogie Woogie Man's in the house, no question about that. Except for Steve-O, he's not going to have a good time here, as Valiant's going to put a hurting on him. I'm pretty sure of that. As Jimmy's not a full-time wrestler anymore by any means. He's, been semi-retired for several years now. For him to make an in-ring appearance like this is pretty rare. And, it's a great treat, no doubt about that. And the bell is rung. This matchup officially is underway. And I would be worried about Valiant if he was taking on, one of Steve-O's guys, like the Mega Destroyer, for instance. I would be concerned about Valiant. But in this situation against Steve-O, I'm not really concerned. I know Boogie can more than take care of himself, and he should be able to handle Steve-O just fine. And tell you what, Valiant, he's double tough. He's been through so many wars, so many battles in his years in professional wrestling, and he's been in there and battled them all. You name it, he's been in there with Bruno Sammartino, Andre the Giant, Peter Mavias, so many competitors, Paul Jones, the Barbarian, Shaska Watley, so many incredible matches. Jerry Lawler, of course, Valiant and Lawler have been friends, they've been enemies over the years, and some of the incredible matches that Valiant's had in Memphis as well, and throughout that area. I mean, Jimmy Valiant has been there, done that, everywhere from New York City to Memphis, Tennessee, Charlotte, North Carolina, all around the world. The Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, incredible living legend, and it's great to have him here in Southern States Wrestling fans. We're glad you're tuned in, turned on, and checking out Southern States Wrestling, no matter how you may be joining us all across this great world of ours. As Steve-O has been outside the ring for a good minute or two, he's obviously just trying to kill time, as he wants nothing to do with Valiant as far as in-ring competition, because Steve-O, all he's good for is cheap shots. You know, that's all this guy is a cheap shot artist. And Valiant, he's ready to go, and Steve-O runs for the corner, runs to the ropes, hides in the ropes, as he wants nothing to do with Valiant. He's called him a chicken. You see him motioning there, flapping his arms. Oh, he caught him right there coming in. Valiant caught him with a shot right there coming in, and Steve-O immediately goes to the floor, runs and hides. His Valiant, you know, he's not scared by any means. Uh-oh. Steve-O's trying to say that the 5 minutes has run out, and he's calling out someone now to wrestle Valiant. I mean, come on, this guy, I tell you what, any dirty trick, any conniving thing he can pull, he tries. No question about it. The guy, he got punched one time, and he's run out. He's protesting, claiming that time has run out on the match, but he's got someone to wrestle Valiant. I mean, this is ridiculous. Steve-O once again tries to finagle his way out of the rules, and we got Joe Briggs out here. Joe Briggs, he's a double tough competitor. There's no question about that. Valiant.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, this guy right here is an old man. He's not an old man. He is a WWE Hall of Famer. He is one of the greatest wrestlers ever in the sport of professional wrestling. And I've always said that I'm going to be a Hall of Famer myself. So when I beat you here, Boogie, when I beat the best middle wrestler ever in the business, the most dangerous man in the ring right now up here, you may as well give me your Hall of Fame ring, because I'm taking it.
Well, Briggs has issued a challenge here, and I guess Valiant's going to accept it, man. I tell you what, Joe Briggs is a double tough competitor, and this isn't really good here. Valiant, as I was saying earlier, his in-ring appearances are very rare anymore as far as actually wrestling, and he usually comes out, does autograph signings, meet and greets, works as a special guest referee on events. But as far as in-ring competition, I mean, it's been very, very limited for the past several years. I mean, Jimmy's not going to back away from the challenge, but I am concerned about him at this point. I mean, because Briggs is a double tough competitor. Briggs ain't got nothing to lose here and everything to gain. Valiant's agreed to it. The referee's called for the bell here. Let's see what happens. As Hall of Famer and living legend, the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, was supposed to have a 5-minute match with Steve-O, who is predominantly a manager, as a result of the matchup from last week. But, he's going to work against Briggs now. But Valiant's going to sneak up on him here. And Briggs, you got to keep an eye on Valiant at all times. You never know what he's liable to do, and that was proof of it right there, as Briggs was having too much time talking. Fans, we're going to take a break. We're back with more right after this timeout. All right, wrestling fans, we're back with Southern States Wrestling as we've got the Boogie Woogie Man, handsome Jimmy Valiant, set to square off here against Joe Briggs in this matchup. And, it was supposed to have been Valiant and Steve-O here, but it's turned into this as Steve-O wouldn't, basically he was complaining that the time had run out and one thing and another. But he's got Joe Briggs out here to do his dirty work now. And, Valiant's only a part-time wrestler at best. I mean, he makes very few in-ring appearances at this point in his career, which is very understandable. But, Boogie Woogie Man won't back down from anybody, and, he's accepted this challenge here. Of course, Valiant, he's dressed for a street fight. He's got jeans on and boots on, leather jacket, he's dressed for a street fight. Which, of course, we know how great he is in a street fight environment, as we've seen that play out many times over the years. But, Briggs here, Briggs double tough competitor, he's a full-time wrestler, he's, half of Valiant's age or less, and, this could be a dangerous situation here for Valiant. But, Jimmy, he's having fun, and he's getting in the head of Briggs pretty bad here. He's getting very frustrated. As, Valiant, he has a good time. And, he sees an opportunity to cut up. He's going to do so. And that's part of what we love about having the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, at live events whenever we can. And, when you do have the opportunity once again to come see Southern States Wrestling live, you want to be sure to do so, folks. Once we get through this whole pandemic and the coronavirus, and we can start promoting live matches and events again, we do want to encourage you. Please come out and support Southern States Wrestling as you have for many years in the past. As We will be promoting some live events as soon as it's safe to do so. And there's nothing like the action and excitement of Southern States Wrestling when you come see us live. And we want to encourage you to do so when you're given the opportunity. As and our great sister promotions, Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, All-Star Wrestling, as Virginia, Kentucky, West Virginia, throughout the entire region. As once we can get through this crisis and the world returns a little more to a normal state, we do look forward to having fans back in buildings and arenas all across the area, as continuing the tradition and the fun that we've had for a long time here with Southern States Wrestling fans. As Valiant and Briggs here are locking it up perhaps here in this Greco-Roman knuckle lock. I'm not sure whether or not they're going to lock him up or not, as Briggs, Valiant caught him right there, grabbed him right by his nose. Referee's calling for a break, so Valiant yanks down on the nose right there. And Joe Briggs finds himself in a delicate situation, in a delicate way again, as Valiant now, he's got him, and gets in the big Boogie Woogie Man lip lock right there, as the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, having some fun with Joe Briggs. And Joe Briggs doesn't know what to do with these tactics of Valiant. Valiant, he does some crazy stuff sometimes, and it throws the opponent off. And that's part of the whole game. Is you get in their head, and you get them mad, frustrated, and you see them running around like Briggs is right now, and you know that they're frustrated. As when a man's frustrated and ticked off and angry, he's not going to be at his best, and he's certainly not going to be able to compete at a proper level. So, it's psychological. It's games. Psychological games that Valiant likes to play sometimes with people, and it works. And it's funny to see when it does work and people play out in such a fashion. As Valiant here, he's ready to go. He's telling the referee, "Let's get him in the ring. Let's get going here." Valiant's ready to compete. Briggs comes in swinging, and Valiant's got him now in a sleeper hold. This could do it. He's putting many an opponent away, and Steve-O comes right in. Steve-O now firing in shots on Valiant. Steve-O has attacked Valiant from behind here, and now things are getting bad, as we've got a 2-on-1 situation here, as Valiant is in trouble, and this is not good. Unfortunately, most of the guys have left the building. I mean, normally I'd be trying to get some help out of the locker room here, but this is the last match of the night, and a lot of the competitors have exited. And Briggs now taking his wrath onto the referee. And Steve-O and Joe Briggs now are just having their way here, as Valiant is in trouble, and Joe Briggs is going right after him. This is not good. This is not good at all, as we could have some serious damage here to Valiant if we don't get somebody out here to do something. Steve-O continues to take his shots. Joe Briggs is clamping down on him. As it looks like we do. Stan Lee's come out. Stan just grabbed Joe Briggs, and now he's going after Steve-O. Oh my, who would have expected this? But Stan Lee stood up for Valiant right there, and rightfully so. Thank God Stan Lee came in and put a stop to this, because it was getting really, really out of hand here. Stan Lee concerned about the legend Jimmy Valiant, and thank goodness that he came out and put a stop to this, and he just shoved Joe Briggs down on his rear end. Joe Briggs and Steve-O ought to be ashamed of themselves. And now Steve-O having some words with Andrea. Steve-O's got a microphone.
I have no idea what is going on right here, right now. Well, let me tell you, she is a bimbo.
Oh, Andrea just slaps the taste out of Steve-O's mouth right there. Andrea just slapped him good. And now Rebecca Lynn coming in. And Rebecca Lynn going right after Andrea. Look out here. Oh, here we go. The fight's on. And now we got a scrap here as the guys are trying to get them separated. Man, this is something else. What a contest. What an event here with Southern States Wrestling. Thank goodness Stan Lee and Andrea came out and broke this thing up, because Valiant was in some serious trouble. Thank goodness for Stan Lee and Andrea putting a stop to this. As Joe Briggs and Steve-O, that was despicable. Absolutely despicable what they were doing. Thank God they weren't able to do any more damage to Valiant.
What are you doing? What are you doing? We're supposed to be together, all of us, me and you. What is wrong with you?
You know what's wrong with me? You know what's wrong with me? Guys like you are what's wrong with me. Guys like you are what's wrong with professional wrestling. And Steve-O, the next time you talk to this woman that way, she's not going to be quite as nice to you as she was tonight. And if there was ever a bimbo in this building, I think you better take a look to the woman standing beside of you. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Rebecca Lynn works the sidewalk streets right up the road here. And I hear she's pretty cheap too.
Well, fans, I'll tell you what a wild situation here. This is something else. This is great. And thank goodness Stan Lee and Andrea came out and put a stop to Joe Briggs and Steve-O and Rebecca Lynn, as this is crazy. Fans, right now we're going to go take a look at what's new on the Southern States Wrestling Network. If you haven't done so, you need to check it out, the Southern States Wrestling Network.